game is over. You see Huey on your right. You see Ed Womble on your left. First seed versus 8th seed. It would be an upseat in seedings, and it would be an upset if William Jensen did lose. So he's going to start for the Hollow Fountain, and we are underway here in the quarterfinals of the Star City Games Open Series in Richmond.
Both players on a tap duel on 1, Hollow Fountain versus Overgrown 2. William Jensen has a Sulphur Falls pass. I'm going to be playing Drago for a little bit. Let's see. Do we see the Farseek?
Scavenging Ooze,
Farseek. There's the Ooze. New addition to the Jund decks. All these Jund decks have them in the main. Ooze is going to get syncopated here, but that's pretty powerful in this matchup, especially because Snapcaster Mage is one of the blue-white-red deck's ways of gaining card advantage back against Jund.
Yeah. Clifftop Retreat going to be the play for Jensen. He's just going to pass the turn back yet again. See Bonfire the Damned in Womble's hand, one of the poorer cards from this matchup. But he's going to play a Blood Crypt untapped. He's going to go take 2. He's going to play a Vampire Nighthawk.
That's a card that's not especially great in this matchup.
Yeah, I don't love it either. I mean, better against your red decks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's fine. It's reasonable. It gets some points of damage in, but I'm with you. It's just kind of mediocre where it lines up here.
Also worth noting is this blue-white-red deck is a little bit of this weird burn plan, and Womble's taken a decent amount of damage from his duels so far. He gains a little bit of that with Nighthawk, but if that Nighthawk doesn't stick around, it gets a lot. Oh, there's another duel.
Yep.
You could just War Leader's Helix him out at some point later in this game.
Well, Huntmaster's going to undo that dual damage, so Womble's going to end up going back up to 18. He's going to get a Wolf token and that 2/2 Huntmaster put into play, as Jensen did just play his Steam Vents tapped on the last turn, so he does have 4 mana. We'll see if he's maybe sandbagging a Supreme Verdict or something of that nature. Who knows?
Think twice, possibly something that Jensen could be doing this turn.
So Womble's going to pass his turn back. We'll see what Jensen's going to do. Just draw cards, no think twice. See a Glacial Fortress there. A couple of cards in his hand. Sacred Founder as well. He's going to start by Pillar of Flame. Take care of that, Huntmaster of the Fells.
Just on the 1-for-1 plan. Passes back. Looks like he's leaving up Counterflux. Just content to take 4 damage. That's not really relevant in this matchup. Just counter the 5 drops that matter. Thragtusk, Garruk Prime the Hunter, Rakdos Return. Looks like there's a Rakdos Return and a Thragtusk in Ed's hand.
Also Olivia Voldaren over there for Ed. So Jensen does have to be a little bit careful because Ed's going to be able to keep sandbagging that Rakdos turn. Thought he may commit a spell to the board, maybe Olivia, because it's not so great in this matchup, but he chooses not to. Jensen just going to play Glacial Fortress, pass the turn back yet again, and things are playing into Jensen's hands right now as he can just keep playing Draw Go, get some lands, and maybe start the Revelation chain.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to see an Azorius Charm on the Nighthawk. Just take it off the board. This is the first turn where he's been able to do that and leave up Counterflux. So it seems like he's just playing a very conservative game.
You know, he could, as you see, a Rakdos Return going to be for 3 here. Jensen looks like we're going to see a Counterflux, and we are.
I'm kind of interested why that wasn't for 4, but
yeah, I don't see much of a benefit. I mean, Jensen did have 4 mana, so he's not going to be able to pay for Syncopate if that's what he had. Okay, so actually, I take that back. If he's playing around Snapcaster, makes Syncopate for 1.
Ah, there we go.
That play actually makes perfect sense. So I take it back.
So Wolf Token gets in for 2. Thragtusk tries to come down. Let's see if Jensen decides that this is worth Snapcastering a counterspell for.
Yeah, I think it is. There's your Snapcaster Mage. There is targeting Counterflux, and we're going to get that Thragtusk off the table.
Target the Syncopate, right? Just the worst counterspell?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, there's a debate whether you can try to get him on mana in the late game or, you know, add the extra. It costs 5 to Snapcaster a Counterflux every time. Might cost 4 with the Syncopate.
Sure.
But I think just the more powerful effect. You have so many lands to play. You're going to Revelation. Snapcaster immediately trading there.
Yeah.
Olivia Voldaren landing. That card's not very powerful right now.
Yeah, as you mentioned about it, is Jensen going to play a Sulphur Falls. That is a phantom monster in this matchup.
Yeah.
So in for 3, it's going to come. Going to put Jensen down to 7. Is Jensen's last card is Sphinx's Revelation. Here's a big Rakdos' return.
Nope.
No, it's not. He just has
Jensen
a land.
drops to 3, facing down a 3-power Olivia. Passes back.
The turn. Attack, and he's going to concede the game.
Wow.
So Ed Womble's going to win game number 1 against William Huey Jensen. Jund taking down Blue, White, Red Flash, surprisingly.
That was very quick.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, I was shocked to see that game just sort of slip out of Hugh's grasp. It looked like he just had a lot of land there.
Yeah.
You know,
mean,
Trying
no copies of Think Twice, didn't draw Sinks of Revelation, didn't really do anything of consequence there. Ends up flooding out, ends up losing the game. As we're going to bring it back to the booth here because it is trivia time. Time to get 3 months trivia over to one lucky person out there. The way you play, of course, if you've ever played with us before. I'm going to ask you a question this time. Ari's got the next one, so I hope you're ready.
I've got some time to think about it.
Okay, he does, so he won't be ready. Perfect. So I'm going to ask the first one. All you need to do is hashtag your answer on Twitter with the hashtag of SCG Premium. You'll see on the bottom of the screen there. We're going to select one person from the people who do get it correct. Again, it is about accuracy, not speed. And we will announce and give away the 3 months of premium after this round is over. And my question is, in Huey Jensen's deck within his mana base, he has 2 of a new land from M14. We saw it be very effective against Pat Cox a few rounds ago. He was having some mana issues, and if you're able to name that 2 of new land from M14 that Mr. Jensen is playing in his mana base, tweet your answer, hashtag SCG Premium. Again, we will be picking one winner from the people who do get it correct. It's about accuracy, not speed, and we will be announcing that winner and giving it away at the end of our quarterfinals. Easy enough to start?
Yeah, easy enough.
All right, good.
I see the question.
What's that?
I see the final question.
Well, yeah, that's on you. Look, man. This job's tough. You gotta earn it. That's just how it works in the booth. We'll take a look at sideboards here for you guys. We'll be looking at Huey's first, since he is going to be on the play. A card that we saw him boarding against Pat Cox. Probably going to see him boarding in here. Thunderwall Hellkite.
Yeah, he just kind of boards it in a lot of places. I remember Costa saying he boarded it almost everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it took a lot of people by surprise. Of course, players are going to have access to each other's deck list here. So Womble can see that Thunderwalls are there, and, we're used to seeing that come in. But I still think it's going to come in for Jensen. So there are 3 of those. 2 copies of Renounce the Guilds, 2 Oblivion Ring, 2 Ratchet Bomb, 3 Dispel, 1 Turn Burn, and 2 Is It Static Caster. Renounce the Guild's kind of meh. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Oblivion Ring I actually like quite a bit because it's an answer to these Planeswalkers that exist. Ratchet Bomb, pretty mediocre. Dispel, mediocre. Turn Burn, okay because it takes care of Thragtusk.
I think Turn Burn's really important in this matchup, actually.
And then Static Caster, blah.
Yeah, so it looks like we're probably going to see Oblivion Rings, Thunderwalls, and Turn Burn coming in. Likely replacing this. Pillar Flames are not that good in this matchup. Though you do need a set number of answers for Scavenging Ooze, so it might not be all of the Pillar Flames, but maybe 2.
I also like having a nice, clean way to be able to kill the important half-hunt match to the Fells.
Sure.
So I agree with you that there shouldn't be a ton of them, because like Turn Burn, for example, is probably is better than Pillar of Flame. But I like having maybe 1 left over.
I think a card I can see coming out is Augur of Bolas. The 1/3 body doesn't really mean much. So you're kind of casting it as this like risky impulse.
Okay.
So I don't really think that's a card you really want. Restoration Angel, blinking it is nice, but even then you're stretching yourself to get over a card of value out of it.
Sure. Mr. Womble sideboard, my friend?
So I'm going to say he's got 2 Scavenging Ooze, 2 Tragic Slip, 2 Duress, 2 Rurik Thar, 2 Garrett Primal Hunter, Underworld Connections, Curse of Deathhold, Pillar of Flame, Rakdos Return, Liliana. We're going to see these Scavenging Oozes against the Snapcaster Mage deck for sure. I don't know about all of them. He does know that Huey only has 3 Snapcaster Mages, but Scavenging Ooze is just a good card.
Yeah, it is just a good card. I think it just stays in.
Yeah, well, there's another 2 copies.
Yeah.
How many of those come in?
That's a
1,
good question.
2. Duress in, Rurik Thar in, Garrick in, Underworld Connections in, Rakdos Return in, and Liliana in. And it looks like we're going to see the 1-mana removal spells sort of filter their way out of this main deck. And Bonfire as well. Bonfire is not very impressive.
Not good at all here, really.
Just looking at the numbers, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards he wants to board in. It looks like that some of these Vampire Nighthawks or maybe some Olivia's might also go out depending on what removal stays in. I think Putrefy probably wants to stay in. Just the threat of Thundermaw is too big.
Yeah, and we saw Pat Cox leave that in against Huey. He left in a couple Putrefys and a couple Doomblades a little bit earlier when they played.
Abrupt Decay coming in, I don't know. I think I might just take Abrupt Decay out for game 2 if I was playing this matchup. Even though I know about the Oblivion Rings, that's like 2 targets for my 1 spell. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, could get stuck in your hand, but it could also end up being a game winner. I kind of agree with you, though, that I think it could be bad.
I think you're the beatdown and you can't afford to have conditional answers to their answers.
So, Jensen going to lead off here with the Hollow Fountain. He's going to play a Glacial Fortress, and he does have Augur of Bolas in after sideboard, so he does not agree with you. Okay. And he is going to take a Think Twice, so actually going to be able to see some extra cards this game, which he was unable to do in the second one.
It's like he may also have Sphinx's Revelation in hand already, which makes that drawing cards easy. Womble with his nut draw, Farseek.
Farseek on the draw, going to be able to keep up with Jensen as far as lands are concerned, actually steal the initiative. He's going to make sure he searches out the right lands. Going to get a Overgrown Tomb. He's going to pass the turn back as Jensen's going to draw a card. Don't know if he has red mana yet. It looks like he might start off with a Think twice. Yes, he is. So does he need a little bit of help? Does he have a land in with Augur of Bolas? And
We gotta wait for the shuffle. A little bit of a slow roll.
this is a bit of a slow roll. And oh boy.
This might be a quick match.
So here's a Liliana.
Oh no.
This is gonna go up.
Yeah, I guess Augur Bolas does pressure Liliana in a small way, and protects your guys from Liliana.
Yeah.
So maybe you want a couple. Add setting aside the card he's going to discard. Here it looks like it's debating between Supreme Verdict or Sphinx's Revelation. One of these more expensive late game cards. Just wants to make sure he gets there. Yep, Supreme Verdict going to the graveyard. Let's see. Got not a land. Not a Hellkite.
He's gonna start by casting another Think Twice. That
Ooh.
is not a land either. It looks like that was an Oblivion Ring.
Yes.
Now he has to pass the turn back yet again. So Womble is going to be able to pull pretty far ahead here depending on what he's got. He's got a 5th land. It's a Stomping Ground coming to play untapped.
That's a bad sign.
That is not good. That's
Oh,
a Garrett Primal
no.
Hunter.
This is the duo that really puts these control decks to very bad point in the game very quickly.
Yeah, it's just an absolute nightmare. You see Garrett going to go up, put a Beast Token into play. Liliana going to tick up as well, go back up to 4. Womble ready to discard. Jensen going to discard as well. He discards a Thundermaw. There goes a Rakdos Keyrune. As Jensen's going to untap, he's going to draw a card.
Not
It's
a land.
another Oblivion Ring.
Passes the turn?
Yep.
Oh no. Womble plays a land. Looks like we're going to
6
see.
mana, and this is a Rurik Thar.
This is not a very happy game.
No, this game is going to be very, very hard to win. As you see both the Planeswalkers going up to 5 counters right
You
now.
don't need this Thrag, just discard it.
Yeah.
I think if I was Womble, I probably would have just drawn 6 cards and just, let's just seal this one.
Yeah, I can't imagine Jensen's going to be able to win this game now. Discards his Sphinx Revelation. He's going to take a draw step. It's a Hollowed Fountain.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. It's a little bit late to the party now. You see Huey scratching his head saying, how the heck am I going to get myself out of this situation?
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really tough to do that. I mean, I think it starts by trying to kill... I mean, I think you have to Oblivion Ring that
Rurik Thar?
Rurik Thar. I think that's where it starts.
And you go down to 11.
Yeah.
And Liliana is going to tick up to 6 very soon and start killing all of the lands that you worked so hard to find.
Yep. So Jensen trying to figure out, all right, what can I do to get myself back into this game?
Paying 2 life, going to 15 on this Hollow Fountain. Oblivion Ring. Does, yep, looks like Womble remembered the trigger.
Yep.
Rurik Thar is going to die.
Jensen down to 9, no attacks Augur of Bolas, of course. The thing might be on chump blocking duty rather soon. Could even just get sacrificed to Liliana.
I was going to say, if I'm Womble, I might just, yep, there we go. Augur down. Beast
Shoot a
in.
3. Make another beast.
I might have just drawn cards, tried to find a Kessig Wolf and end this right here, right now.
On this turn. Yeah, I thought the same thing too. Maybe try to draw 3 cards, but that's going to do it. William Huey Jensen's going to concede the game. Ed Womble, your 8 seed, is going to defeat Mr. Jensen. Jund moving on. Blue, white, red flash. A good run by Huey. Number 1 seed in the tournament. First loss in the tournament. Just comes at an inopportune time.